Are you mistaking an easily fixable vitamin deficiency for the inevitable cost of aging? If you are over the age of 55, I need your full attention right now. I know what they tell you. They say that persistent fatigue is just normal after 60. They say that dull chronic muscle aches are just a part of getting older. They say that a little moodiness is just the winter blues. But I am here to tell you that this is a lie. This belief that aging must equal decline is the biggest threat to your independence. It blinds you to the real problem. The real problem is a silent thief lurking in the shadows of your body, draining your vitality and threatening your mobility. I am talking about vitamin D deficiency. This is a condition so common that it affects nearly 42% of Americans. This deficiency is not a minor inconvenience. It is a major biological crisis often overlooked during routine checkups. The thesis is simple, yet revolutionary. Your chronic fatigue, your sudden mood changes, and those persistent muscle aches are not the inevitable cost of aging. They are the silent, easily correctable warning signs of a vitamin D deficiency. A deficiency that directly threatens your ability to live a strong, independent life. In this essential video, I will reveal the 5 hidden symptoms that your general practitioner may miss or misdiagnose as something else entirely. I will also give you the simple 3-step action plan to help you reverse this deficiency. This plan is based on the latest science and designed specifically for seniors who value their independence above all else. Let us reclaim your health and vitality, starting right now. Signs 1 and 2. The fatigue mask. Let us dive into the first 2 silent signals. These are the symptoms most frequently dismissed as simple old age. They are the ones that rob you of your precious daily energy. Sign 1. Chronic, unexplained fatigue. I am not talking about feeling tired after a long day of gardening or playing with the grandkids. I am talking about the kind of bone-deep exhaustion that greets you the moment you wake up. The fatigue that makes you feel perpetually drained, even after what you think was a full night's sleep. You blame poor sleep quality, or maybe just stress from life. But the science tells a different story. Vitamin D, which is actually a steroid prohormone, is crucial for cellular function. It plays a vital role in your mitochondria. These mitochondria are the tiny powerhouses inside every single cell of your body. When your vitamin D levels are low, your mitochondria cannot produce energy efficiently. It is like your entire body is running on a battery that is constantly stuck at 20% charge. This is why, no matter how much you rest, the fatigue persists. It is a biological drain, not a moral failing or a result of laziness. Think about the story of Bob, a gentleman in his late 60s. Bob loved his routine, an early morning walk and 18 holes of golf every Saturday. Then, the fatigue started. He convinced himself he was too old for golf and traded his clubs for the couch. His doctor found nothing specific and suggested he take it easy. It was only later, when a specialist ordered a full nutrient panel, that they discovered his vitamin D level was critically low. Within 6 weeks of correcting it, Bob was back on the green. The silent thief had been caught. Sign 2. Persistent bone and muscle pain. This is perhaps the most serious warning sign, as it directly relates to your risk of falling. I'm talking about those dull, persistent aches, the pain in your lower back, the discomfort in your hips, or the generalized weakness in your legs. You might think it is just arthritis or simply wear and tear, but vitamin D deficiency is a major contributor to this pain and weakness. Its main job is to help your body absorb calcium, the building block of your skeletal system. When you do not have enough vitamin D, your body is forced to pull calcium directly from your bones to maintain essential bodily functions. This process accelerates bone loss, leading to osteoporosis and increasing your risk of fractures. For seniors, this is a crisis. A fracture from a simple fall is the single biggest threat to maintaining independent living. Furthermore, vitamin D is essential for the proper functioning of muscle fibers. Low levels directly compromise your muscle strength and coordination. This weakness contributes to poor balance and, yes, that higher risk of falling. Remember, This chronic aching is not a life sentence of old age. It is your body screaming out for a foundational nutrient. And this nutrient is something your skin is up to 75% less efficient at producing after the age of 70. The scientific consensus is clear. These aches are a warning. Signs 3, 4, and 5. The hidden crisis. Now we move to the 3 hidden symptoms. These are the most surprising and often the most emotionally draining. They are the signs your doctor is most likely to miss because they attribute them to psychological or seasonal factors. Sign 3. Unexplained mood swings and depression risk. Have you felt a persistent cloud hanging over you? A lack of motivation or a general sense of low mood that you just cannot shake? Many seniors are diagnosed with anxiety or depression when the underlying issue is a simple biological imbalance. The link between low vitamin D and mood is not anecdotal, it is neurological. We know that vitamin D receptors are located throughout the brain, particularly in areas associated with mood regulation. More critically, vitamin D plays a crucial role in the production of serotonin. Serotonin is that vital neurotransmitter often called the happiness chemical. When your D levels drop below the optimal level of 30 nanograms per milliliter, your serotonin production suffers. This is not about being weak or failing to look on the bright side. It is a chemical domino effect that creates a physiological foundation for depression. Correcting this deficiency can be one of the most powerful, natural ways to restore emotional stability and lift the pervasive winter blues that plague so many seniors, especially in higher latitudes like Canada and the northern US, where sunlight is scarce for months. Sign 4. Constant colds and slow healing. This symptom is a flashing red light for your immune system. You find yourself getting sick frequently, or maybe a simple scrape takes weeks longer to heal than it used to. This is not just bad luck. Vitamin D is absolutely crucial for immune function. It is often described as the T-cell activator. T-cells are the elite soldiers of your body's defense system. They are responsible for identifying and fighting off invaders like viruses and bacteria. When your vitamin D levels are low, it is like sending those elite T-cells into battle without their weapons. Your body is left vulnerable to infection. Studies show a direct correlation between low D status and a higher incidence of respiratory infections and even autoimmune issues. In fact, research links vitamin D deficiency to a 50% increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease and a nearly 100% increased risk of developing certain cancers. This is a serious warning that demands action. The message is clear. Maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is one of the most effective, science-backed strategies for supporting your immune strength. It is your natural internal defense against the constant threat of illness. Sign 5. Unnatural hair loss. This is the hidden cosmetic clue that signals a deeper systemic issue. You might blame genetics, stress, or a change in your usual routine. But low vitamin D levels have been directly linked to various forms of hair loss, including the common alopecia areata. Vitamin D is vital for stimulating hair follicles. It plays a key role in the natural cycle of hair growth, helping to create new follicles and ensure they enter the active growth phase. When this foundation nutrient is missing, the hair follicles suffer. They become weaker, leading to thinning hair or unexplained patches of loss. For many, correcting vitamin D levels through proper supplementation and diet has been a critical step in restoring hair health. This symptom often correlates with other internal imbalances, serving as a visible red flag for deeper issues. Do not dismiss this symptom as mere vanity. It is a visible red flag that your body is deficient in a hormone essential for growth and repair. The 3-step solution: your independence plan. We have identified the problem. Now, let us focus on the solution. This is your simple, actionable plan to help you reclaim your independence and vitality. This is not complex medical treatment. It is foundational nutrient correction. Step 1. The sunlight myth and timing fix. The primary cause of vitamin D deficiency in US and Canadian seniors is a lack of effective sunlight exposure. In northern latitudes, the sun's UVB rays, which your skin needs to synthesize vitamin D, are often too weak, especially during the winter months. Furthermore, because your skin is up to 75% less efficient at D production after age 70, relying on accidental sun exposure is insufficient. However, there is a simple habit you can adopt to maximize the little sun you can get. I call this the 15-minute sunlight habit. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., spend just 15 minutes outdoors. Do not use sunscreen, but only expose a portion of your skin, such as your arms, hands, and face. The key is the timing. During this midday window, the angle of the sun is high enough to deliver effective UVB rays. This simple daily habit, even on slightly overcast days, helps cue your body's natural synthesis mechanisms. It also provides the added benefit of boosting your mood and regulating your circadian rhythm. It is a simple habit, but its effect on your D levels and your emotional well-being can be profound. Step 2. Food first. The D3 Power List. While supplements may be necessary, your focus should always be on getting nutrients from whole foods first. The goal is to integrate these sources affordably and easily into your existing diet. The absolute best natural source is oily fish, specifically Atlantic salmon. A single 3-ounce serving of Atlantic salmon provides approximately 526 international units of vitamin D. This makes it an incredibly efficient and healthy way to boost your levels. Other excellent food sources include fortified milk and breakfast cereals. In North America, many staple foods are fortified specifically to combat public health deficiencies. These fortified foods are often the easiest and most consistent way for seniors to ingest daily vitamin D. Do not overlook simple options like egg yolks and certain mushrooms. Mushrooms exposed to UV light, in particular, can contain substantial amounts of D. Make a habit of adding these D-rich foods to at least 2 meals per day. Remember, food is not just fuel, it is medicine. It is a simple, practical, and highly effective way to fuel your independence. Step 3. Supplement strategy and the K2 connection. For many seniors, especially those in the northern US and Canada, supplementation is a non-negotiable necessity, particularly in winter. But it must be done intelligently and safely. The first step is always to speak with your doctor and get a simple blood test. You need to know your current D status. The National Institutes of Health generally recommends a target level of at least 30 nanograms per milliliter. For healthy adults, the recommended dietary allowance is typically 600 to 800 international units per day. However, if you are clinically deficient, your doctor may recommend a much higher therapeutic dose for a short period. Do not guess your dosage. This is a powerful prohormone, and you must treat it with respect. The most critical factor in your supplement strategy, which is often missed, is the vitamin K2 connection. If you are supplementing with vitamin D3, especially at higher doses, you must also ensure adequate intake of vitamin K2. Here is why this is critical for seniors. Vitamin D facilitates the absorption of calcium. Vitamin K2's job is to activate the proteins that direct that absorbed calcium. Without enough K2, the calcium can end up being deposited in your arteries instead of your bones. This can contribute to calcification or hardening of the arteries. By combining D3 with K2, you ensure that the calcium is safely routed to where it is needed most, your bones and teeth. This protects your bones while simultaneously safeguarding your cardiovascular health. It is a simple safety and efficacy measure that every senior vitamin D user needs to know. This 3-step plan, sunlight, food, and smart supplementation with K2, is your complete strategy for tackling the silent vitamin D crisis. We have uncovered the 5 silent symptoms that threaten your independence: chronic fatigue, persistent muscle aches, unexplained mood swings, constant colds, and even hair loss. These are not the inevitable consequences of age. They are treatable signs that your body is missing a foundational nutrient. Remember the spike. You have the power to reverse this deficiency and reclaim your strength. This is not about adding more medication to your routine. It is about empowering yourself with knowledge and giving your body the essential fuel it needs to keep you strong and independent. Now, I want to hear from you. In your experience, which of these silent symptoms did you first dismiss as just getting older? And what was the moment you realized it was something more? Share your story in the comments below. We have revealed the signs of low D. But the next critical step is knowing what foods you are eating that might be blocking your body from absorbing it. Find out in my next video. Forget D3 pills, the 4 worst foods that block vitamin D absorption, surgeon approved. Click the link on your screen now to join me for that vital next step. I appreciate you taking control of your health. Stay strong and stay independent. Mandatory disclaimer. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Please consult with your physician before making any changes to your diet, supplements, or medical treatment.